This is part 2 of the video I'm doing of the neighborhood and the yard at 2677 Emily Meadows. And I've just pulled up back up to the house. So what I'm going to do now is park and get out and walk around the yard. It's raining a little bit. Hopefully won't be too muddy. So as I pointed out in my last video, you have a big side yard area here. Goes to where the electric box is, and then straight back from there to the fence. And you can tell where the stakes are in the front, so they show the front property boundary, but in the back you can tell, because the white rail fencing, they have left the post, they've left a post right at the boundary with the receptacle holes so that you could connect into it and make a side rail fence. So I can actually see that from here. I don't know if it shows up in the video, but it's very obvious because that one post, out of all the posts, it has the holes in it so you can connect more rail fencing to it. So I've just walked up the hill. I'm standing right about level with the house on the north side, and you can see there's several large dirt piles, some sand. They may be intending to do some grading and leveling and preparing for landscaping anyway. So I'm walking towards the back of the property, towards the rail fencing. And once again, this rail fencing, it borders the entire subdivision. There's the backyard from this side. You can see the neighbors in the distance. Looks like they have some steer, and I did see some horses the last time I was here. This is looking north towards Beacon Light. Now I'm turning east. It's kind of a gray day here, so you can't see the mountains, but on a clear day you can see the mountains in the east, and you can see the snow when there's snow on them. It's very beautiful. So here is the back of the property, looking back towards the house. I'm not going to walk down that way because you won't be able to see anything. There's such a big dirt pile. I'll go in front of it. You can see what looks like the septic exposed, and they may be grading over that. And there's the back of the house from this point in the yard. You can also see the window wells going down into the basement, in the two areas of the basement where you could put bedrooms, because you've got ingress egress here and you have the ladder, so allow someone to get out if they needed to. There's the other one, looks exactly the same. Nice concrete wall around it. And that is something you're going to want to have some kind of a protective cover on so people don't trip and fall into that hole. The ground is very chopped up and uneven here. That's why it's so jerky as I'm walking. So I'm standing on the back patio now, looking south, and I'll pan around so you can see the yard from this angle. There's the horses. And then coming around on the south side, you can see there's where the gas meter is, and the air conditioning compressor, and a door into the garage. There's the driveway. And don't know if you can see it, but there's the rail fencing in the back, and I can see the post which has the holes to connect to for the side fencing, so you can see where that side boundary is. I'll go stand right in front of it. So this is the side boundary on the south side, and it just goes straight from that rail fence out to the street, and there's a post out at the street. So there's not as much yard on the south side as there is on the north side, but it's still pretty big. With 1.82 acres, that gives you plenty of room. And I'm walking straight out to the street now. You can see the post that marks the property boundary over here. There's the post. It has green top. It's painted green at the top. And we're back out at the street. And that concludes the tour of the yard.